Hello everybody, it's the Worm and welcome back to Steins Gate. Let's go ahead and see if my prediction is correct. And see if we are on the path of an ending. Yes, last time we made a choice, it seems, to either go forward with our plan to reverse the effects of the D-mail that Feyris sent. And I went ahead and decided not to, because that seemed like... It seemed similar to the Suzuha ending, where I feel like we're going to have to make the decision to reverse that D-mail. Similar to how with the Suzuha ending, it really felt like we would have to sever our bonds with her in order to move forward, and not doing that felt like running away. This feels very similar to that previous choice. 1 second, please. Sorry about that. Okay. So, yes. Let's go ahead and see what happens. If it's anything like the Suzuha ending, we might be in store for something pretty dark. So, let's go ahead and see. Feyris' father is still at home, so we go to the UPX cafe to talk. Feyris orders a sandwich.
それで、京馬には他に何か方法があるのかにゃ?
Do you have something in mind?
これは賭けになるが。
It's a gamble.
フェイリスパパに送る D メールの内容を変更する。
But we can change the contents of the D-mail you sent.
じゃあ、フェイリスが最初に送った狂言の脅迫メールは取り消さないままなのかにゃ?
We're not going to cancel the first prank mail?
そういうことになる。
Exactly.
IBN5100 が俺の手元に戻ってくれば勝ちなんだ。フェイリスパパが死ぬ必要なんてない。
I win as long as I get back the IBN 5100. Your father doesn't need to die. But as I say that, the employee comes to us with a sandwich and drinks. She looks startled.
ゲームの話です。
We're talking about a game. The employee forces a smile at my lame excuse, then heads back inside. I turn back to Feyris.
だから例えば D メールの内容をこうすれば話は早いと思う。
I think we should send a D-mail that says something like
IBN5100 を岡部倫太郎に渡すまで絶対に手放すな。
Give the IBN 5100 to Okabe Rintaro. Okay. I mean, that's pretty direct. But that would seem to implicate you in... Actually, here's a question I have. Yeah. I'm a bit confused, actually, now that I think about it. Was the whole Feyris was kidnapped thing... I'm not sure. I feel like I should have asked this question earlier on. But Feyris said it was fake. It was a prank, right? And it was because she was upset that she wasn't able to spend a day with her father. So, did she then get actually kidnapped? Because her father, you know, sold the computer to get the money and then sent that money somewhere, right? Who did he send the money to? To Feyris? I'm a bit confused. I should probably go back and check, but I mean, we'll just move on for now. But yeah, I just, for some reason, it's not clear to me whether or not the kidnapping was all fake, or it started out fake and then became real, or not. Because we know her dad sold the computer and then sent the money somewhere. It's just... I don't know where. Okay. I think 10 years is about the limit of far back... Excuse me. I think 10 years is about the limit of how far back we can send D-mails. Well, that's not true. I mean, if you mean actual emails, then yes, maybe. But You were able to send information to a pager. It wasn't an email, but still it was something. Yeah, phone mail specifically. Phone mail didn't become widespread until then. Lukaku's mom's pager was a special case, but even that was still limited to the 1990s. So I don't think we can do anything fancy, like tell Faris' dad to start stockpiling IBM 5100s in 1975.
でも、その時期のパパは会社が傾きかけててお金はなかったにゃ。
It's interesting to me how we learned last time that Suzuha actually gave the IBM 5100 to Faris' father for safekeeping. I'm wondering what was the story there? How did she know? How did she get to know Faris' father, and why was it the best course of action to leave it with him? Yeah, I don't know. But you know, back then, Papa's company was down, and he didn't have much capital.
フェイリスが誘拐されたと知ったら、パパは何を言われても IBN5100 を売っちゃう気がするのにゃ。
I doubt you could say anything to stop him from selling the IBM 5100 if he needed money to save me. Faris frowns and takes a bite of her egg sandwich.
それは書き方次第だろう。最初の D メールに関連させてしまえば、フェイリスパパも別の方法を取るはずだ。
That depends on what we send. If we make it seem like it came from the kidnappers, then your father has to find another way.
レトロ PC 収集家なら、他にも売れる PC はたくさん持っていたんだろう。
He's a retro PC collector, so he should have plenty of other PCs he could sell, right?
そんなのは結局大した額にはならないのにゃ。IBN5100 だけは当時たまたま法外な値段で買ってくれる相手がいたっていうだけなのにゃ。
He wouldn't get enough money for those. Back then, the IBM 5100 was the only one people would pay for through the nose Ford.
そこはお前にうまくやってもらうしかない。
Then this is something only you can pull off.
改めて言うが、これは賭けだ。
I'll say it again. This is only a bet. A bet to escape the responsibilities of a god.
改変によって世界線がどの程度動くのか。その結果、改変された世界線がどんな世界なのか。それは俺にもわからない。
How will the world line change? What will the new world line bring? I don't have the answers.
もしかすると、マユリもフェイリスパパも助からない世界になるかもしれないか。逆に、どちらも助かる可能性もある。
It may become a world where neither Mayuri nor your father can be saved, but it could also be one where both can.
確信なんて俺にもないんだ。だが、このままじゃいけない。このまま、マユリを死なせることも、フェイリスパパを死なせることも、俺にはできない。
There's no way to be sure, but I can't leave things the way they are. I can't let Mayuri die, and I can't let your dad die. A gamble, all or nothing. Is Faris alright with that? 2 lives hang in the balance. I don't want to be making decisions that affect whether people live or die, but I can't think of any alternative.
京馬がそう決めたなら、フェイリスはそれでいいにゃ。
If that's your decision, then it's okay with me.
本当に
Really?
パパのこと助けようとしてくれてるんだって分かってるにゃ。
I know that you're trying to save Papa,
だから感謝したいぐらいにゃ。
and I'm really grateful for that.
京馬のこと本気で好きになっちゃいそうにゃ。
I think I'm falling in love with you.
からかうな。
Don't tease me like that.
からかってなんてないにゃ。
But I'm not just teasing. Faris pouts cutely.
京馬はフェイリスみたいな女は嫌いかにゃ。
Does Kyoma hate girls like me? She stares into my eyes, saying nothing.
さすがメイクインニャンニャンの人気ナンバーワンメイドだな。客への媚び方をよく心得ている。
No wonder you're May Queen's #1 maid. You know how to flatter your customers.
そういう風にはぐらかす京馬は嫌いにゃ。
I don't like it when Kyoma dodges the question. Now she makes a sad face and drops her shoulders. Don't tell me that was a real confession of love to me. Sure, Faris is cute. I don't have as much trouble dealing with her as I used to. I could certainly get used to the idea of being with a girl like her. I am a man after all, and any man would be overjoyed to win the heart of a girl like Faris. But this is no time for romance.
フェイリス、賭けに乗ってくれ。
Faris, let's do this together.
いい結果になると信じて。
It'll come out all right. Trust me.
フェイリスの質問には答えてくれないんだにゃ。しょぼーん。
I guess you're never gonna answer me. Faris looks a little sad, but after a deep breath, she smiles again.
京馬についていくにゃ。その D メール送ってみようにゃ。
I'm with you, Kyoma. Let's send that D-mail. We have our plan. Will the dice come up, odd or even? Not even God knows. I'm feeling that this is not going to work. It would feel too much like a have your cake and eat it too sort of thing. Considering the trajectory of how this, of how this story has gone, there's no way they're just going to wrap it up nicely for us like that. I take Faris with me to the lab, and Daru weeps tears of joy at her safety. Mayuri jumps on her with a hug. Krisu keeps reading, her expression aloof. I tell the three of them I'll explain later, though I don't know if I'll get the opportunity, since we're changing the past, and head with Faris straight to the development room. Let me read that again. I tell the three of them I'll explain later, though I don't know if I'll get the opportunity since we're changing the past, and head with Faris straight to the development room. Faris has already written the D-mail. The root of the problem is her fake ransom demand, which caused her father to sell his IBM 5100. Yeah, okay, so the kidnapping and the ransom, it is all fake. I mean, that's what I thought, but as we see here, he did sell his IBN to get money, and he did... Maybe he knows it's fake? I don't remember if he ever said that. Maybe after the fact they sort of realized that she faked that whole event, and they sort of reconciled with that already. I don't know. I'm not sure they ever addressed that. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and think that it's just the whole thing was fake. Yeah. Okay. This is the second threatening email written to prevent that. Its time of arrival is 1 hour after the first D-mail. I set the timer and exchange glances with Faris.
もう戻れないぞ。
There's no turning back.
世界線が変わっても京馬のこと覚えていられるといいにゃ。
I hope I still remember you after the world line changes. Man, of all the mysterious things that have happened in this game, her just randomly getting reading Steiner just throws me for a loop. Even that is no guarantee. This isn't like Suzuha's case where I return the warped world line back to normal. We're warping it even more. I wouldn't be surprised if there were changes more drastic than the elimination of Moe from Akiba.
フェイリスが忘れてしまっても俺は覚えている。
Even if you forget, I'll remember.
京馬手を握ってほしいにゃ。
Kyoma, I won ya, hold hands. See, that's how she gets me. She puts it in the middle of the sentence and not at the end. I take Faris's hand, then activate the microwave. What? Don't you mean the phone wave name subject to change?
いいぞフェイス
Go for it, Ferris.
送信にゃん
Sending. Oh. I don't think that's a very good trajectory. I see Moe. I see Moe in Akiba. Does that mean father has passed on? You are now outside. Okay. The warmth of Ferris's hand suddenly disappears from mine.
Huh?
The summer sun fills my distorted vision. Okay, so this was something we talked about. I did a little extra episode before the previous episode. Before the episode, this should be what should it be? It should be episode 57. So before episode 56, I did a little extra episode, and we discussed things like the D-mails. And one thing that I brought up was that, you know those divergence numbers that we see whenever we send a D-mail and change things? Change world lines? A trend I notice is that whenever we were making those changes, we were getting... the number was getting smaller and smaller. And just now, I'm pretty sure we went to 0.27. That's the lowest we've ever seen it. So that is... I don't think that's good. I'm gonna say we're definitely not getting the IBN, I think. Okay, the summer sun fills my distorted vision. Next comes the noise of Akiba, the voices of the crowd and the theme songs of electronic shops.
これは
This is a teleportation. I realize I'm standing on Truodori, right in front of Animate. Animate? The anime shop? I scan the street.
萌え系ショップが復活している
All the Moe stores are back. The world line must have changed. That's evident from the fact that Reading Steiner kicked in. Ferris, however, is nowhere to be seen. Even though we were standing right next to each other just a moment ago, hand in hand, she disappeared. Did her very existence disappear? No, that's absurd. I refuse to accept that. So, did our plan work? Or are things even worse now? I need to explore this new world line. I head to the Tenoji residence and find Nai there, home alone. I manage to convince her to let me in. The divergence meter is there as expected. What? The first digit is blank. I did notice that, but I didn't really consider it important. I wonder if that is important then, now that he's drawn attention to it. It now reads 0.275349%. Is it broken, or is there a reason for the missing digit? Well, now that you've brought attention to it, game, now I'm gonna think that there is a reason for it. Anyway, better make a note of this number on my phone. And I shall make a note of it in my notes. When I checked the divergence meter after erasing our memories with Suzuha, the number was above 0.4%. The current number is significantly lower now. But the bigger question is that missing first digit.
誰ですか？うちに何の用ですか？
That's not good. Who are you? What do you want? Yeah, that's not so good. I mean, it's not like we were close to Nai, but her not recognizing us at all, that is not a good sign. Nai peeks at me from behind the sliding door. She's acting even more afraid than usual. I don't want her to tattle on me to her dad. I'd better calm her down somehow.
いきなり押しかけて悪かったな だが用は済んだ。
Okabe, did you not hear what she just said? Who are you? Don't you think that's somewhat significant? Sorry for the sudden visit. I'm done.
ちなみにこの家の場所はお前の親父さんに教えてもらったのだ。
By the way, your old man's the one who showed me how to get here. That doesn't seem to allay her nervousness much, and she still doesn't move any closer.
誰ですか？もう出てってください。でないと警察を呼びます。それと私のお父さんはとっても強いです。
Who are you? Please get out. If you don't, I'll call the police, and my daddy's really, really strong.
Huh?
What's going on here?
誰ですかってひどいな。たまに会うだろ。
This is something about Okabe. I mean, I feel like at this point in time he should be his mind should be sort of primed to notice these sorts of things and get that okay, something serious has changed. Like he does this thing a lot. Oh, come on. Like Okabe, world lines changed. You should immediately be on the lookout. Because huge things can change. Okay. Who am I? Come on, we've met any number of times.
お前の親父さんの店の2階を借りてるだろ。忘れたのか？
Like, remember, we're messing with a D-mail that changed the entire trajectory of Akihabara, you know? So think of all the careers and the sets of people, and think of all that change in over a decade. You have to imagine, you know, something could have happened to the lab, or who knows what, in that amount of time. So, this, I mean, this may not be valid anymore, Okabe. I rent out the second floor from your old man's shop, remember?
お父さん、助けて。
Help, Daddy.
いやいやいや、ちょっと待て。
Whoa, now hold on a second.
ひどいことしたら舌噛んで死にます。
If you touch me, I'll bite my tongue and die. Wow. Naya's hardcore, man.
いや、しないから。というより、本当に俺のことを覚えていないのか？
I'm not gonna touch you, okay? You really don't remember me? Naya shakes her head frantically.
会ったこともないと。
We've never met? Okabe, I really think you should leave the house now. You really need to get out of here before Mr. Tenoji gets home. Because this is not gonna be a good situation for you. We've never met? She nods.
それは悪かった。俺はお前の親父さんと知り合いでな。
Oh, sorry about that. I'm friends with your old man.
用は済んだからもう帰るよ。
I'm done here, so I'll be going now. My thoughts are a jumble, but I force a smile to hide my confusion and leave the Tenoji residence behind. Okay, thank goodness. Ooh, that could have been very bad if Mr. Tenoji happened to walk in at that moment. Something like this was bound to happen. It's a small comfort, but I knew the risks when I chose this path. Given that canceling the Suzuha D-mail only changed divergence by 0.07, a change of 0.2 likely means a dramatic shift in the world line, at least from my perspective. It's entirely possible that past events on this world line, my relationships included, are very different from what I remember. Thank you for realizing that, finally. As proof, with the sole exception of Ferris, all contacts have disappeared from my phone. Wow, that's even freakier. That's nothing but pure horror to me. To save Mayuri and Faris' father, we warped the fabric of time even more than it had been warped already. To lose everyone other than Faris. Wait a second. Only Faris? No mail. No mail. Okay, yeah, this is very freaky. That would be unbearable. That can't have happened. They can't have disappeared. I'm sure they still exist. My phone is just broken is all. Yeah, that's probably it. I knew this might happen. I accepted the risks. But at the same time, I don't want my relationships with my friends to change. I hold that desperate wish in my mind. Mayuri, Daru, and Krisu should be in the lab like usual. Once I get there, Mayuri will greet me cheerfully, right? I climb the stairs to the second floor, praying that everything will be alright. And there, I realize that my prayers were for naught. The second floor is vacant. And of course, the time leap machine is nowhere to be found. Boy, you're screwed here, huh? No phone wave, no time leap? Yeah, if there was ever a dead-end route, this is feeling like it's it.
メイクインはあるのか?
So, May Queen exists. Still in a daze, I wander to the maid cafe in search of a familiar face. It feels like 10 years since I last saw that cat logo. I take a deep breath and open the door.
お帰りなさいませ、ご主人様。
Well, well, well. It's been a while since we saw this, CG, huh?
フェイリス、マユリ、よかった。
Thank God. I feel indescribable relief when I see the two girls standing there. They didn't disappear. They still work here, just as I remember. It is the 14th, by the way. Just so we're aware of that.
ご主人様、違うよ。あのね、まゆしにゃんにゃんだよ。
They're not gonna recognize him. They're... Yeah, that's probably what this is. No, Master, it's Mayushi Nanyan. Mayuri smiles at me and strikes a cat-like pose.
あなたはフェリスちゃんのデュエルパートナーだよね。
Okay. That's not how I thought this would go. Oh, you know what? No, maybe this I can see it now. I can see it now because the D-mail she sent was specifically you need to give Okabe Rintaro the IBN 5100, right? That was 10 years ago. And how old is Okabe? Isn't he 18 or something? Thereabouts? So 18 or 19, I think. So he would have been, you know, what? 8 or 9 years old. And so because of that, he must have gotten involved with Faris' family. Although it seems interesting that Mayuri doesn't even know him at all. I mean, we know he was in that what was it? Was it a coma, or he was diseased for a time in 2000, which would have been 10 years ago, yes. So, but I thought Mayuri knew him before that, didn't she? So it'd be weird. It's weird to me, unless they sort of cut things off from there, and then they just didn't really meet up again. But it still feels weird. Okay, you're Faris-chan's dual partner, aren't you? She turns to Faris.
もしかしてフェリスちゃん、 この人にマユシーの本名教えちゃったの？
Feiris-chan, did you tell him Mayushi's real name?
はにゃ、教えた記憶はないけどにゃ。
I don't remember telling him.
でもマユシーって名乗ってる時点でなんとなく想像はつくにゃ。
But you do call yourself Mayushi, so maybe he guessed.
はあ、そっか。
This feeling. Something is very wrong.
今日ま。
Feiris brings her mouth close to my ear.
来てくれてありがとにゃ。でもお客さんの前だから彼氏っぽい行動は慎んでほしいにゃ。
Oh my goodness, you're in there. You are in there, my friend. Wow, okay. Thanks for coming, but please don't act like my boyfriend in front of the customers. Okay. Yeah, if you weren't utterly convinced this was the Feiris route before this point, yeah. There you go.
彼氏？
Your boyfriend?
バカ、言っちゃダメにゃ。バイト終わったら思いっきり甘えてあげるから、それまで辛抱するのにゃ。
Dummy, you can't use that word. We can sweet talk all we want after work's over, so control yourself until then, okay?
お前は何を言っているんだ？
What are you talking about?
にゃにゃ。はあ、そういうことかにゃ。最初からちゃんと心得てたっていうことかにゃ。さすが今日も話が早いにゃ。
Oh, I see. You get it. You're one cool cat.
もう、フェリスちゃん、お店でイチャイチャしちゃダメだよ。
Come on, Feiris-chan. You can't flirt with him here.
にゃはは、何言ってるにゃ、マユシ。そんなことしてないにゃ。
What do you mean, Mayushi? I did no such thing.
それよりマユリ、ダルとクリスを知らないか？
Mayuri, do you remember Daru and Krisu? Mayuri tilts her head with a confused expression, excuse me.
ダル？クリス？誰かな？
Daru, Krisu? Who? The coldness in the pit of my stomach returns. There's something odd about how Mayuri and Feiris are acting. Does this mean my relationship with them has changed as well? No, Okabe, no, surely not. The fact that Mayuri doesn't recognize you at all and Feiris called you her boyfriend. Surely not. Surely everything's just the same. You know, they've done this a few times now, where I feel like... Maybe this is just me, but for me personally, it feels like I get it. I get this is a time travel things and things are changing. I don't see the reason why they need to drag it out each time. I don't know. I don't think this is a big deal. This isn't like making me hate this or anything. It's just me personally. You know, because I mean, we're all reading Steins Gate because we know it's a time travel story, right? So I mean, we're all primed already for something like this to happen. So I don't know why they need to sort of like, why are you asking this question? The answer is obviously yes, but I don't know.
ラボはどこにある？
Where's our laboratory?
ラボ？
Laboratory?
ラブホ？
Love Hotel? What the hell? Feiris grabs me by the ear.
何をする？
Ow, what are you doing?
今日まあ、一体どういうことにゃ？もしかしてマユシーとラブホに行く約束でもしてるのかにゃ？
Kyomo, what's this about? Don't tell me you made plans to meet Mayushi at a love hotel.
未成年にそんないかがわしいことしようなんて、今日まってずいぶん変態だったのにゃ。
Kyoma's such a pervert to think of doing immoral things with a minor like her.
ラブホじゃない、ラボだ。勘違いするな、バカ者。
Laboratory, not love hotel. Don't mix them up.
ラボって何や？
Laboratory? What do you mean by laboratory?
ラボはつまり 未来ガジェット研究所といって。
Laboratory as in the future gadget laboratory.
なあマユリ、知ってるだろ。未来ガジェット研究所だ。
You remember, don't you, Mayuri? The future gadget laboratory?
マユシーはわからないのです。ごめんね。
Mayushi doesn't know what that is. Sorry. She doesn't remember. It can't be.
そもそもさっきからなんでそんなにマユシーばっかに話しかけてるのにゃ。彼女がいる目の前でナンパしてるのかにゃ。
Anyway, why do you keep talking to Mayushi? You trying to flirt with it? You're trying to flirt right in front of your girlfriend?
No.
Girlfriend? Feyris? Whose? Mine?
そういうことするご主人様にはお帰り願ってるにゃ。どうするにゃ。
If that's how it's gonna be, then I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. So what'll it be?
すまない。
Right. Sorry. I apologize and ask to be seated. And inside I find Daru sitting at a table for two. He's fidgeting for some reason. Why is he staring at me like that?
ダル、ここにいたのか。
Daru, there you are. I sit in front of Daru and let out a sigh of relief. I drink my water in one gulp. I was really thirsty. Daru doesn't try to hide his displeasure.
君さ、フェイリスタンのなんなん？
Hey, what's your relationship to Feyristan?
何？
What?
どっかで見たことある顔なんだよな。どこだっけ？まあそんなことどうでもよくて、とにかく君ってフェイリスタンになれなれしくね？調子に乗ってね？リア充か？リア充なんか？
I've seen you somewhere before. Where was it? Anyway, you're being way too familiar with Feyristan. Are you a filthy normie? You are, aren't you? A normie. People who find happiness and fulfillment in the real world. Markers of normie include having lots of friends, having a girlfriend or boyfriend, participating in club and or school activities, going to parties regularly, vacationing overseas, and displaying a lack of interest in 2D entertainment. Yes, quite.
おいダル、一体何を。
Whoa, Daru, just what are you... Shut up as soon as I start talking. Given how Mayuri and Feyris are acting, it's entirely possible that my relationship with Daru has changed too. See, I feel like a scene like this would have... If this was... I feel like if this sort of scene was much earlier in the story, it would affect me much more. You know, at this point, we've done, you know, however many D-mails and time leaps that I'm kind of just used to it at this point. So on the one hand, I get what the scene's doing, and if you're put in Okabe's shoes, yes, this would be terrifying, and you'd get this increasing feeling of dread. So I totally get what they're going for here. At least I believe I do. It's just, for me personally, I don't know. I feel like I already get the point. I get what they're doing. So it's kind of less... It's not impacting me as well as it could, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. But I mean, take the scene by itself. I actually do kind of like it. I do like it. The whole Feyris has become your girlfriend and no one else recognizes you. The lab is gone. You know, all of that as just its own thing, I think is good. It's just at where we are in the story, it's not affecting me as much as I think it otherwise could have. Okay. Better make sure.
俺とお前は初対面か。
Have we met before?
当たり前じゃん。君この店来るの初めてっしょ。常連の僕はいつも他の客の顔もチェックしてるんで。
Of course not. This is your first time here, right? As a regular customer, I make sure to remember the other customers' faces.
いや、 結構来る方だと思うが。
No, I'm pretty sure I count as a regular here.
この味は嘘をついている味だぜ。
This taste is the taste of a liar.
舐めてもいないくせになぜわかる？
How can you tell without even licking me?
つうか質問に答えろよ。君、フェイリスタンのなんなん？
Anyway, answer me. What's your relationship to Pharis?
俺は
I'm...
もっと具体的に聞くべき？じゃあ質問その1。名を名乗りたまえよ。
not direct enough? Fine. Question 1, what is your name? Why do I have to be cross-examined by Daru? It's unpleasant, but I also don't want to anger him anymore, so I'll answer honestly. The question is which name to use.
法院今日も
I'm... Oin Kyoma.
マジで？
Seriously? Daru suddenly bends forward. His attitude changes completely at this. He grabs my hand, suddenly happy to see me. Because he's probably a Rhinet champion or something, right?
ああ、そっかそっか。そうだそうっすよ。確かにどっかで見たことあると思った。
Oh yeah. Now I remember. I was sure I'd seen you somewhere before.
フェイリスタンのデュエルパートナーの法院氏だ。いや、うっかりしてた。
You're Feyristan's duel partner, Boinshi. Wow, I feel like an idiot.
あえて光栄です。僕、フェイリスタンと法院氏のファンなんですよ。この前の準決勝も見てました。
It's an honor to meet you. I'm a big fan of you and Feyristan. I saw that last semi-final. He shakes my hand forcefully. His hand is all sweaty.
おいダル
Hey, wait, Daru?
ダル？なんで僕のあだ名知ってるんですか？
Daru? How do you know my nickname?
いや
Well, the pieces are starting to fall into place. The lab is gone. Mayuri and Daru don't know me. We haven't met. We're not friends. We're nothing.
そうか
I see. All the time we spent together is gone. Every moment, every memory. Is this the price I have to pay? Is it my destiny to live in a world where even my best friends don't know me?
いやー、明日はいよいよ決勝戦ですよね。バイラルアタッカーズなんかボコボコにしちゃってくださいよ。
Man, tomorrow's the finals, huh? Beat the shit out of those viral attackers for me.
決勝戦
The finals? Viral attackers? That means it's about Rhinet Access battlers. Am I participating as Pharis' partner? Oh man, this is not gonna go well if we actually see this through. But I thought the finals finished yesterday. So on this world line, it's tomorrow? I'll ask Pharis later. For some reason, it looks like I'm her partner and her boyfriend. But I can deal with that later. Right now, there's one more thing I need to know.
なあお前はマキセ・クリスって知っているか？
Hey, do you know someone named Makise Kurisu?
ああ、そうそう。確か論文がすごい学術誌に載ったとかいう天才少女でしたっけ？
Oh yeah, she's that genius girl whose thesis got published in that big academic journal, right?
会ったことは？
Have you met her?
前に ATF で講義をしたんですよ。それは聞きに行きました。かなり可愛かったですよ。
She gave a lecture at ATF a couple weeks back. I saw it. She was pretty cute.
で、その人が何か？
Why do you ask?
いや別に
Just wondering. It was obvious. If the lab doesn't exist, then how could I have met Kurisu? I go limp in my chair. What about the bet I made? The bet to save Mayuri, did I win or lose? I should know by tonight. If things go as scheduled, Mayuri will die. Man, now I'm almost thinking something like maybe she'll live, but he'll have to deal with not being... No. Things won't go that smoothly. Things won't go that smoothly because I almost said something like she will live, but you know, you've had your relationship deleted essentially. But that's too nice and smooth because he could be satisfied with that, and he could even have the possibility of, you know, forming a new relationship with her, since she's alive and well. And there's no way the game would just allow something that nice to happen, right? Was it right to change the world line? And is Ferris's father still alive? If we saved both of them, then I can accept the loss of my friends as the price. Yeah, I was pretty sure he was going to be okay with that. I have no other choice.
Papa?
Ferris stops drinking her iced milk tea and looks at me with furrowed eyebrows.
パパは今日もお仕事に行ったにゃ。
Oh my
それがどう
goodness.
したんだにゃ。
He's still alive. He went to work today. What about him?
お前のパパは生きているんだな。
So your dad is still alive?
失礼だにゃ。パパを勝手に殺さないでほしいにゃ。
Of course he is. Why would you ask something like that?
今日の今日まはなんだか変にゃ。どうしたのかにゃ。
You've been acting weird today. What's wrong?
いや、
Well, look, listen here, Ferris. I'm actually not the boyfriend you knew. I'm a different version of your boyfriend that has arrived into this world line. The guy you knew, the previous Okabe Rintaro, is likely gone forever, so sorry about that. I see. Ferris's dad is still alive. Thank goodness. Now all that remains is to learn Mayuri's fate. Will she die or will she live? If she lives, I would think that Okabe will accept that and be okay with it. However, the issue is that none of this prevents a CERN dystopia emerging. So, you know. Or does it? If there's no future gadget laboratory and there's no phone wave, then what does that mean? Yeah, it may not even be you have a choice to accept. I don't think Okabe has thought about it far enough. We don't have a choice. We are going to accept whatever, if she lives or if she dies, because at the moment we have no way of changing that. We can't send any D-mails or time leap. Will she die or will she live? The answer will determine if all this has been worth it.
で、俺とお前は恋人同士というのは間違いないのか？
Is it true that you and I are a couple? Ferris's face freezes. Her lips start to tremble.
もしかして今日もフェイリスとのことは遊びだったのかにゃ。
Don't tell me that Kyoma was only playing with Ferris. Yeah, that was not a good way to say that.
ひどいにゃ。純情な17歳の乙女をたぶらかすなんて。
You're terrible. How could you play with the heart of a pure 17-year-old maiden?
な、
I see that Ferris is as melodramatic as ever. Smiling wryly, I slump down in my chair and look up at the sky. I feel an emptiness filling my heart. Ah, so that's how it is. The world line has changed, and the only one out of place is me. I feel so alone. My friends don't know me anymore. Mayuri isn't even my childhood friend. Yeah, that's weird.
どこにも行かせないぞ。
Yeah, okay, it's been a while. Did this happen... Is this sequence of events that's depicted right here, did this happen before the coma or disease? or after the disease? Because if it happened after... I'm trying to think. Okay, so if this happened in the world line, then Mayuri should definitely still be friends with Okabe. But if it didn't happen, it's pretty crazy because Mayuri seems to have recovered. You know, the story kind of made it seem like this event here, if it wasn't for Okabe, Mayuri would have never recovered from her stupor, the stupor she was in. But if she doesn't even know him, did she just recover without him? So there's the little stopwatch she was talking about before. What was it, pockety? Something like that?
連れてなんて行かせない。
I won't let you go anywhere. I won't let anyone take you away. Okay, that didn't happen in this timeline. Okay, so I mean, it's good that Mayuri recovered, but it's interesting that Mayuri was able to recover by herself, I guess. Mayuri is no longer my hostage. I was willing to do anything to save her. Even sacrifice the time Suzuha spent with us. And yet... No. Think positive. Now that Mayuri's a stranger, there's no reason for her to die. Just think of it this way. I sacrificed our memories in order to save Mayuri. That does little to alleviate the sadness.
今日な、何中二病なオーラを出してるにゃん。今は二人の大事な話をしてるのにゃ。
Yoma, what's with this Chunibyo aura? We're in the middle of an important conversation.
なあフェイリス、今の俺は記憶喪失みたいなものだ。
Interesting. Hey, Ferris. It looks like I have amnesia now. It's not a lie. I have no memories of this world line.
さすが世界を股にかけるマッドサイエンティストにゃ。機関に狙われて頭に大怪我を負ってついに記憶を失ってしまったわけにゃ。
That's the world-famous mad scientist for you. Did the organization land a headshot and make you lose your memories?
実は京馬は盗まれた核兵器の居場所を知ってるから、機関はその記憶を取り戻させようと必死なわけにゃ。
Kyoma knew about the location of the stolen nuclear weapons, and the organization desperately tried to take those memories take back those memories.
京馬
Eris frowns, then leans forward and stares straight into my eyes. Is she trying to use her power? Cheshire Break, was it? To see into my mind?
そんな京馬
No way. Eris quickly turns pale.
本当に
Really?
ああ、
Yeah.
だから今日の京馬は変だったのにゃ。
So that's why you've been acting strange.
大変にゃ。いつから何が原因で
This is terrible. Since when? What happened?
世界線を移動してきたせいと言ってもわからないだろうな。
I shifted between world lines. Not like you'd understand what that means.
俺はいわば時空の漂流者なんだ。
I'd call myself a space-time castaway.
ふざけてる場合じゃないにゃ。今はシリアスなシーンなのにゃ。心配してるんだから真面目に答えるのにゃ。
This is no time for jokes. This is a serious scene. I'm worried about you, so answer me honestly.
俺は一言も嘘は言っていない。
Not one word I've said is a lie.
お前ならわかるだろ
You, of all people, should know, right?
そうにゃけど。
Well, yes, but
う。なあ、詳しく聞かせてくれ。俺とお前の関係については特に詳しく。
please, tell me about our relationship. Tell me who I am.
本当に覚えてないのかにゃ。
You really don't remember? Ferris is moved to tears. Then she firmly clasps my hand.
フェイリスと京馬はライネットの大会で知り合ったにゃ。秋葉の小さなショップでやっていた大会だったけど、死闘を繰り広げて心を通じ合わせたのにゃ。
Ferris and Kyoma met at a Rhinet tournament. It was at a small shop in Akiba, but as our life or death struggle unfolded, we understood each other's hearts. I played Rhinet?
そこで意気投合して、フェイリスと京馬はコンビを組むことになったのにゃ。
Then we hit it off, and Ferris and Kyoma became partners.
フェイリスたちの息はぴったりで、グラちゃんでもほとんど負けずに決勝まで勝ち進んだのにゃ。
We were a perfect match, kept advancing even to the Grand Championships, hardly losing a single match. Then Ferris starts fidgeting. She blushes a little and looks at me sidelong.
それで一緒に戦っていくうちにフェイリスは京馬のことをもっと知りたいって思っていつも目で追うようになってて。
And then, as we fought side by side, Ferris started to want to know more about Kyoma. I couldn't stop thinking about you.
そうにゃ、フェイリスは京馬のこと好きになってたのにゃ。
That's when Ferris began to fall in love with Kyoma.
このままずっとライネットだけじゃなくてプライベートでもパートナーとして一緒にいてほしいって思うようになってたのにゃ。
I wanted to be together as partners, not only in Rhinet, but in private too.
だからこの前の準決勝に勝った後思い切って告白したのにゃ。
So after we won that last semi-final, I made up my mind and confessed. Wow.
そしたら京馬も好きだって言ってくれて、フェイリスたちは甘いキスを交わして晴れて恋人になったのにゃ。
And when Kyoma said he loved me too, we shared a sweet kiss and officially became lovers. A sweet kiss? Does that make me a normie? Fate worse than death, my friend. Was I really that good with women?
ちなみにフェイリスと京馬は同棲中にゃ。
By the way, Ferris and Kyoma lived together. Cohabitation? Wow. You're pretty advanced, my friend. You're up there. Wow.
何？
What? Living together already when we only just started going out? You really are a filthy normie, current world line me. Ferris answers with a wry smile.
と言ってもライネットのパートナーとして夏休み中は合宿みたいな感じで京馬をフェイリスの家に泊めてあげてるだけなのにゃ。
Actually, Kyoma's just staying over for summer break while we prepare for the Rhinet Championship.
だからそのエッチなこととかはしてないのにゃ。
So, we haven't done anything naughty yet.
って何言わせるのにゃ。
Wait, what are you making me say? She flails her arms and legs. Oh, if it's at Ferris's place, with her parents and the butler there, of course nothing naughty would happen.
京馬、今の話で何か思い出したかにゃ。
Do you remember yet? I shake my head. It's fundamentally impossible for me to remember the events of this world line. I didn't forget those memories. I never had them in the first place.
フェイリス、頼みがある。
Ferris, I have a favor to ask.
何かにゃ。京馬が記憶を取り戻すためなら何でも聞くにゃ。
What is it? I'll do anything if it helps you remember.
いや、記憶のこととは違うんだが、前入りのことだ。
No, it's not about my memories. It's about my Yuri.
マユシ？そういえばさっきもお店でやたらと声をかけてたにゃ。
Mayushi? Come to think of it, you were awfully chatty with her.
あいつは、もしかすると今日の夜、午後8時ぐらいに、何らかの形で死ぬかもしれない。
Tonight, around 8 p.m., Mayuri might die. What?
だからあいつを見ていてくれないか。
Can you keep an eye on her?
死ぬってどういう。今度こそ冗談にゃ。
She might die, but you've got to be joking this time. I gazed straight into Ferris's eyes.
嘘はついていない。
I'm telling the truth.
死ぬか死なないか。可能性は五分だ。
She might die or she might not. I'd say it's 50-50.
お前は何もしなくていい。見ているだけでいい。結果を俺に報告してほしい。
You don't have to do anything. Just keep an eye on her and tell me what happens.
頼めるか。
Can you do that?
何が何だかさっぱりなのにゃ。
I don't understand.
でも
But Ferris clasps my hand again. Tightly, very tightly. I can feel her warmth emanating through her palms.
フェイリスは京馬のこと好きだから大好きだから。
But Ferris loves Kyoma. I love you a lot.
信じるにゃ京馬のこと。
So I trust you. I trust you.
ありがとう。
Thank you. Ferris is the only one I can rely on now. Boy. That tournament is gonna go poorly. Well. Should I continue on? You know what? I'm probably gonna continue on, but I'm gonna make it another episode. So I'm gonna have to leave it on a cliffhanger for you all. Okay, I know I was kind of complaining, and I'm sure that was, you know, who likes to hear someone complain? But I do have to say, I liked that scene more and more as it went on. I mean, just putting yourself in Ferris's shoes there, being in Okabe's perspective there, you know, he told her he has amnesia, and then seeing her desperately trying to tell him, you know, what happened, when we know, as Okabe knows, that it's just not going to happen. It's not amnesia that he has. And, you know, it's... I mean, it's not fair. This whole situation, it's not fair to the Okabe who was here before. It's not fair to Ferris. It's not fair to... It's just... Yeah, I mean... I definitely liked that conversation with Ferris. Yeah, I almost wish that this sort of scenario happened earlier in the story. That's kind of my only issue. But... yeah, I think I liked that scene more as it went on. Okay. I'm gonna take a quick break and then come back and continue on. But for the rest of you, you will have to wait for next episode. So, I've been The Worm. This has been Steins Gate. I hope you're all doing alright, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.